what did you tell your team to get prepared for this game?
Bueno, que no quieran hacer más de lo que puedan hacer, que disfruten el juego, que den su 100% y nada, vamos a jugar.
We say to the kids that they can do anything more that they can do, so we have to play 100%, enjoy the game, and play a good game.
What has this experience been like for you and your team?
De verdad que es una experiencia bonita, uno tiene mucha experiencia porque los niños vienen, uno lo ve, lo fuerte que trabajan, lo duro que juegan, nunca bajan el ritmo, siempre se mantienen enfocados en el juego y nada, verlo divertirse de verdad que es bien gratificante para mí.
It was a beautiful experience. It's good to see everybody play hard, enjoy the game, be enjoying the moment, and we know when they play hard, they can do good things.
Coach Shamar, so you've had several players win the Nike RBI World Series. What will their leadership and experience help with this game? How will they impact this game?
It means everything. You know, just the veteran leadership, them be able to help out the younger guys, it means everything.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Monet. Plenty of teams have donned this field this weekend, but only two remain, the Dominican and the Chicago White Sox. We'll find out who will become the champion of the Nike RBI World Series here on Vero Beach right after this. Well, the scene is set for the Nike RBI Senior Division Championship game here in Vero Beach, Florida, as we take a look at the lineups as the Dominican Republic is the away team. Cam Thomas alongside Candy Maldonado here in the booth. Candy, this is the lineup that's gotten this Dominican team here to the finals, and it has been a tough road, but these nine together collectively have found a way to pass the baton to one to another.
What is amazing about it is the fact that the last three games they have come from behind to be in this position. And it's a team that, like I said before, when I speak to the coaches, it seems like they're getting more confidence each day they've been here in this complex, and they feel like they have a legit opportunity, and they want to bring this trophy back home.
One guy to watch in that lineup, Marty Moreno. He sets the table at the top of the lineup. Let's look on the other side. The pitcher today for the Chicago White Sox, Connor Alentini.
But I can see a 6 2/3. They allow 2 hits, 1 earned run, 8 punchies in 6 innings in 2/3. But a little bit wild with 6 walks.
Now, we know coming into this game, Candy, that the Dominican Republic had to utilize all of their arms to get here. They are, using the entirety of their bullpen today, while the Chicago White Sox, they're running out the same 9 that they have every single game this weekend, and Connor is fresh on the mound.
Well, let me tell you something about the Dominican Republic, because I know that island. Everybody pitches. Everybody's got an arm. And if they need to use the whole roster, they're going to allow them to pitch.
Well, we are underway. As the first pitch to Marty Moreno is a ball inside. We talked about this Chicago White Sox team in the open. This is a program that has a lineage of winning. They know championship baseball.
Well, they did it last year, and I'm very proud the way that the whole system has been formalized in Chicago, because it takes a lot of people to look for those kids and allow these kids the opportunity to make these ball clubs and make them not only players but better mans in the future.
Valentini finally finds his own for strike one. That's one thing about this White Sox team as well. Dugout loves to talk. You'll hear a lot of chatter from them.
Good patience, showing good patience at the plate.
Get another glance at Marty Moreno. Talking to the coaching staff for the DR, they said this kid is next level. Brings the count full.
It's a nice location in that fastball. You have to give credit also to Tony Regan and Major League Baseball International and the Nike. And Nike that had helped a lot to continue with this great event. And let me tell you, as a kid that used to play ball, it's got to be a thrill for the first time you come to a facility that used to be, for example, the LA Dodgers, and seeing all the memories and Jackie Robinson.
So take a look at the scouting report for Connor. It's a kid that's got a 4-pitch mix. And they are excited for his future, as they are a number of guys on this Chicago White Sox roster. Brings in Enyerson Hernandez, the shortstop today. One thing about this DR team, Candy, is they get guys on. They like to put pressure on her.
They are, and you can see their leadoff, Moreno, with the patience to get on base. And so far, Hernandez is right up there. They're picking and choosing. They're making it work. There's 9 pitches already on 2 batters.
3-0 count. And Valentini finds the zone for strike one. He's fallen behind the top 2 hitters for this DR club. Back-to-back walks for the DR. Put 2 aboard with no outs here in the top of the first.
So you were mentioning Chicago is a little thin with pitchers they're going to be using right away. They've got 2 men on base and no outs, 11 pitches. Get a batting average of Contreras Familia, 556 with 12 ribbies.
Kid made a big play in the semifinal game. Diving catch in center field. It was a 1-run game. He catches the final out of the inning. Crowd erupted, and the DR knew they were going to the senior division championship. 0-1. Outside, counts even. Had a little rain earlier today, but now we're starting to feel a little bit of a breeze up here in the booth.
Finally.
Candy, and I think folks outside are happy that we did get the rain early. It cooled things down.
It was very humid earlier, so they found the secret behind us. I remember last year there was more people, and probably that was one of the reasons why you haven't seen much people come in yet, because of the rain, that storm that just passed. Well, again, behind in the count, so you cannot give opportunities to this Dominican Republic team early in the game.
Tapper foul brings the count full. Hear a lot of talk, a lot of chatter from the DR dugout. Talk a little bit about what that means.
Well, you know, us Latinos, we are loud. You can see that when you go to those World Classic, the emotion The fans get involved. The players support the other player. It's just the way it is in our country. And it's not over until the last out. You know, they'll be talking and supporting your teammate. And you can see
3-2. Tapper left side. Thick pin hops. Keeps it on the infield. Slide to the bag. Not in time. No, they say he's out. Moreno slid past the bag, then tried to come back. And Thick Pin's got the glove there with the tag. Heads up play by the third baseman.
great play by the third baseman. And too bad we don't have the replay, but it seems like they're seeing now if he got back when he tried to step in the bag. Again, yes, he's out. But they teach you to slide when you're going into the bag. Slide. He came in standing up, and that's a huge out for Chicago.
Brings in Mejia. And Castro calls time to go have a conversation with his pitcher, Lentini. It's one thing we've seen all weekend long. Castro, the catcher for the White Sox, has been a vocal leader. It's always important to have your battery mate behind the plate be a vocal guy that can calm you down when you're in tough situations as a pitcher.
Again, another Latino. That comes in the blood. It's in the blood.
Here's a 1-0. In there, strike one.
Huge running mistake.
Still runners in scoring position. Left upstairs.
21 pitches for the young right-hander.
Found the zone there to even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, you wonder in a championship game how long your leash really is as a starter.
Well, one thing for sure, they're going to be right in the limit. They're not going to stretch any of these kids with the amount of pitches in games.
Well, he settles down there, gets a strikeout of Mejia for out number 2. Fastball inside. He just revved up the heat.
Well, sinking fastball. Really had some movement in that one.
Brings in Acosta, the DH today.
It's a nice tight zone. They're not giving anything.
Gives us a chance to intro our umpires today. Manny Gonzalez behind the plate, Lucius Moore at first, Rafael Lobo at second, and Patrick Lovely at third. This crew has been fantastic all weekend long. They have worked not only in the senior division games, but also the junior division games. The 2-0. Popped up left side of the infield. Big pin runs out of room.
A lot of great memories in this Holman Stadium. Now Jackie Robinson Training Complex. Those dugouts, they had no roof in those days. Playing 1 o'clock games. Cement seats.
2-1. Left outside. Yeah, Candy, you've been here a handful of times since your playing days, but in your playing days, you played spring training down here every year.
Yeah, yeah. It was amazing for 7 years coming down to beautiful Vero Beach.
Oh,
here we are with Dusty.
look at that. You and Dusty Baker.
The hard bake of America. That's what I used to call him, man.
Always loved seeing Dusty Baker with his toothpick in.
Oh, styling in the wristbands.
3-2 pitch, rug him up. Got Mejia looking, and he gets out of trouble in the top of the first inning. White Sox go to the dish for the first time today. We'll be right back at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex.
We had Leo Marquez start coming out to the academy at 9 years old, and I had a coach come into my office and say, you gotta come see this girl hit. Watching her take BP and just rip balls all over the place. So we had her working with our 12U advanced group as a 9-year-old, and she's been unbelievable to have a part of the program. Has been on our Andre Dawson Classic teams, is gonna now play RBI for the first time. This is gonna be her first opportunity playing on a 60-90 diamond. Incredibly humble, super talented.
Ever since I played baseball, I just loved it. People say girls can't play baseball, but girls can play baseball. I work every day. I go work out on the tee, I do my pitching, I do my medicine balls. The pitches that I throw, my fastball, a changeup, a slider, and a knuckle curve. My favorite part is striking the boys out. I just feel it's my dream to play baseball.
We're really pouring into her, trying to support her, making sure that she knows if this is something that she wants to pursue, we want to help her go as far as the game is going to take her.
I think her potential is just kind of through the roof. I think she has the talent, super young, so she has a lot to learn, but she's a great listener and she's willing to learn from whoever's giving her instruction. So I think her potential is whatever she wants it to be. I feel like MLB has done a great job of allowing girls to play baseball, to play with the guys. Being the last girl to pitch in the RBI World Series, my advice to Leah is just keep working hard and be yourself.
Well, we are back at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in Vero Beach, Florida. Top of the first is concluded. Goose egg on the board for the DR at the dish. Let's take a look at the home starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox. They'll run out the same 9 that they have all weekend long, highlighted by Kamari Thomas at the top of the order. How about this, Candy? He hit a first pitch fastball right over that 336 sign and right for the first pitch of the tournament.
Well, it's been amazing because the last 3 games he have done the same thing on the first pitch, going yard. So I know Dominican is very careful. The old man told me, we already scouted, so he's not going to see a fastball in the first pitch.
You take a look at this.
But that shows power.
Yeah, a big-time play. Committed to Michigan State already.
Yeah, they have, 5 kids that are going to Division I colleges?
They've got a host of...
It's beautiful because it shows you that besides baseball, the coaches and their staff are doing the right thing and getting to these kids' mind what they have to do to get to that next level.
Well, there's Perdomo Adames, who is already pitched in this RBI World Series, but with pitch count limits and things of that nature, you're allowed to still pitch in this championship game, but it'll be by committee for the DR.
Free speed, first pitch. You're not going to hit the first pitch for a home run.
That's one thing to think about. Guys at this age, being able to throw off-speed pitches with confidence early in counts. That's tough to do at this age.
It is, and the development of these kids is unbelievable. Although you have to be careful because I was watching a couple weeks ago Scott Bauer talking about how many kids are going to having surgery at a young age because of trying to overthrow or not throwing the breaking ball the correct way. And it's something that can be dangerous now in this future because they want exit velo, and you have to watch these kids that don't want to overthrow and hurt themselves.
Talk about a young kid, Joey Ireland, 2026 projected graduate, but already on the senior division team and making impact. He'll hit here in the 2 spot. Runner goes. Thomas swipes that bag with ease.
Got it easy. Perdomo never checked back at the runner. And I don't know why he was trying to throw another breaking ball.
And 5 straight breaking balls to start this game off for Perdomo. Ireland squared, but kept it back.
That's a nice give in August. I thought he checked that bat very well.
Now you can hear some of that chatter from the White Sox dugout.
That's the first fastball he has thrown.
Trying to figure out with Almonte behind the plate which pitch he wants. Here it is.
Well, it's amazing when you see a pitcher that shakes off 5 times. I say, whoa. Got fastball, cutter, sliders, breaking ball, changeup.
What else you got left?
What else?
Tapper left side. Hernandez buffs it, and Ireland's going to be there safely.
Those easy ones are the tough ones for infields. They say that slow rollers, you attack the ball. You can see he waited for that ball and got beat.
So because of the conditions earlier today, these guys didn't get a chance to practice on this field. They've been playing on turf all weekend long, outside of the first game of the tournament. How difficult is that to go from natural to turf, then back to natural?
It's very difficult, but at the same time, there's one thing you have to do as a ball player. You attack the ball, and the rest is history. I mean, if he would attack that ball and you get a bad hop, we wouldn't be talking about this.
Bunt, first base side, does the job. I feel like Thigpen is retired, but Thomas and Ireland advance.
That's a great execution and an art that has been lost for many, many years. But here you can tell that Chicago wants to win this thing, sacrificing and advancing the runner.
It's one thing their coaching staff said this morning. They said, look, we have to tell our guys to swing sometimes in situations because they want to put the ball on the ground so much. It's so selfless as a teammate.
But it's nice to see because they're well teach how to play the game the right way.
Brings in the big fella, Angel Castro.
And I always say, you know, if you have an opportunity in that first inning and you don't take advantage of it, it can cost you. If you don't hit, they're going to hit you. That's a big man right there.
So you don't see this all the time, but if you take a look at Castro's right side, he's got the quarterback towel there. And it's kind of quintessential because he is the quarterback of this team. And his coaches say he counts outs every inning. So he works his way down to figure out how many outs they have left before they win.
Well, he looks like a quarterback with a towel. And for this age, he looks like an offensive lineman with a bat in his hand.
Here's the 3-1. In there, brings the count full.
Those pitches are staying up in the zone. Very dangerous spot.
2 ducks on the pond for Castro. An opportunity for the White Sox to drive in their first couple of runs of the ball game, and he'll take another gander at stepping out of the dugout and getting reset. Payoff pitch. Grounded to the shortstop. Hernandez has it. Throw across the diamond in time, but it's an RBI ground out for Angel Castro, and the White Sox are on the board. It's 1-0.
But I told you, right, that in this game, if you don't hit, they're going to hit you back. That first inning, the Dominican team didn't take advantage of those 2 runners. And Chicago now White Sox are 1-0.
Brings in Jimmy Downs. Fastball in there.
Nice and easy, that's stolen base.
Ireland taking that with ease. A lot of holes in the infield here for Downs to poke one through. Skies this one into shallow center. Contreras coming on, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So a run comes across. The Chicago White Sox are on the board. They lead 1-0 in the Senior Division Championship of the Nike RBI World Series here at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex.
District 9, we're a large district. We're a district of 48 schools and growing.
Who's ready to field?
Me! We've partnered with MLB and also Nike to really bring our youngest students. Play ball! And we're introducing them to Teeball. The reality is that District 9 historically is one of the poorest congressional districts in the country. We want our children to get active and to get out there. And so we are so fortunate to have Teeball here at Roberto Clemente State Park.
You get to learn the skills of baseball. Obviously, having all the space is amazing at Roberto Clemente. They're just having fun, learning the skills and learning the game.
What I think about Teeball is it's really fun, and I just can't stop playing Teeball.
I love about Teeball because playing with my friends is fun.
We know that sports are really vital to grow the whole child, and it's just really going to create well-rounded children that understand that sports really bring to life core values that they can apply to every facet of their life.
Take a look at the Dominican Republic dugout. It has been lively and active here early, but Candy, they've got to find a way to manufacture some runs because this White Sox offense isn't going to let up.
I know, and as you can see, basically the whole tournament, they've been coming from behind. So they're used to it. But in the final game, you don't want to be in that position. They had an opportunity in that first inning to produce a run, and they didn't do it.
Remember, folks, this is a 7-inning ball game, so not as much time to wait around. You've got to be active early.
Nice.
There's a perfect bunt. Livian Compress with a drag bunt, and he's on board with a bunt single.
That's the first hit for Dominican Republic in this game, and a beautiful drag bunt. That could have been a double if the second baseman don't stop that ball. Overran it.
Brings in Reyes, the right fielder. It's pretty storybook that Compress is the first one to get on the bags. He's been the hottest hitter in this Dominican Republic lineup. His coaches said he is the heart and soul of this team.
Yeah, very intelligent too, because as you can see, they're playing him back. If he gets that pitch to drag, very smart.
Runner goes. One once fouled away.
He had that bag. Good job. That's very tough too. When you go, I wasn't one who stole a lot of bases, but times that I went and then they fell off the pitch, I said, man, that was my best jump. And you swung.
Reyes will not back down, staying alive.
Well, that was a swing like when you're uncomfortable at the plate. And it happens a lot when you're not hitting, you're struggling.
Runner goes, but this is popped up on the infield. Ireland has it. The throw back to first. He got him. Base running blunder for the DR number 2, and the White Sox defense is there to take advantage.
Like I was saying, when you're struggling at the plate, that ball got in on Reyes. Good jump by Compress, but he was already committed. And that good defense by the Chicago White Sox eliminates a possible big inning.
Perfect situation there for a hit and run to be on. Could have been on as well.
But you can see the last 2 swings of Reyes. He's really not, his timing is not there. He's a big kid.
Here's Lucas Almonte, the catcher today. We'll try to do it with 2.
And 2 great jumps by Compress. He would have had the bag. But it's very tough at this age to recognize things that you want to do. It takes time and experience. If you see your runner that takes a good jump, you take that pitch, and it's something that's going to help you, because now your partner is in scoring position, and you have to love that. But with a hit, you get an RBI.
4-pitch walk to Almonte, and that's the piece of it that's tough for the DR to swallow. Alentini on the mound still is not finding the zone all that well.
No, not at all. I mean, there've been five runners have been on base so far in 2 innings.
Jose Alberto Sanchez Garcia, the runner for Almonte, brings in Nieve, second baseman today, and a balk on Alentini will allow a runner to go in scoring position for the DR.
And Nieves recognized it right away, and he pointed at the pitcher. So he's right there. See?
Ground ball up the middle. Ireland coming on. Makes the play for out number 3. And the White Sox get out of trouble once again as we move to the bottom of the 2nd inning. White Sox lead 1-0 over the Dominican Republic here in the Nike RBI World Series.
Cameron Buford, coming out of the Chicago area, he can really do it all.
My RBI team pretty much taught me since I was young, like everything, as far as, hitting, standing inside the ball, taking the ball the other way. I had fun, met new people. They was a mentor. I can call them anytime if I need help with school or, life decisions. So I feel like they helped me a lot leading up to college.
From Grambling State University, Cameron Buford.
I've been at Graham for 4 years. I loved it since I've been there. I love the people there, the coaches, the teammates, the environment. At the time, Grambling was my only offer, and I just went with it. The HBCU Swingman Classic, I think it's very important because you get to showcase yourself. You can be on the scouts' radar. So I think it's a very good opportunity. We met a lot of people. First time me and Griffey, it was amazing.
You've got some of the best young kids in the country. Being exposed to being around scouts, being around big league ball players, being around guys who've done it, we can impact these kids not only on the baseball field, but also in their day-to-day life.
It's very helpful because I believe one day I'm gonna be in their shoes. So to get, some input on what they've been through and what they're gonna go do, I think that helps a lot.
We just want them to understand what this moment is all about, and you want to make the most of it.
It's a great opportunity. We get to showcase our skills, and we get to show people that HBCU baseball is the way, and don't matter what you look like or where you're from, you can play baseball.
I got Bottom of the second here at JRTC. The Nike RBI World Series Senior Division Championship. Cam Thomas alongside Candy Maldonado, former big league star. World champion with the 1992 Blue Jays. Do you think about what this means for the Dominican Republic to be here? I think it's important to note this opportunity is a lot different than American-born players being here. A lot of these guys are fighting for an opportunity that could change their lives.
Definitely. That's the point. And I had the chance to talk to both teams today and say to them, this is a blessing for you guys, because I know the island. I know there's places that, it's very tough. And this is the highway that it can make a big difference for these kids and better improve their families and get into a better place. This platform can also be one that you get scouts watching these kids. But, they're so proud and happy. And like I said to them, listen, if you think this is beautiful, it's going to be more beautiful once you see a Major League complex and you have that uniform.
Weekdays on MLB Network. Lead off your morning with MLB Central at 9 a.m. Eastern. At 11, get fired up with the Mad Dog on High Heat with Christopher Russo. Then at noon, join Brian Kenny for MLB Now. The baseball day begins at 9 a.m. Eastern, weekdays on MLB Network. So after 1 out is recorded, brings us to the 7th spot in Jonah Weathers. Weathers, yet another one of these Chicago White Sox players that is headed to college, going to John A. Logan Community College.
We mentioned the importance of that and how your teammates see the growth, where you want to be there. Overall, I think this is one of the best things that they have come up with and the level that have reached as Perdomo gets his second out.
Reyes and Wright to venture over and make the catch. That's one thing to mention too, Candy. We talk about all the college players for the White Sox that are going to the next level, but there's only one player on the Dominican Republic team, Livian Compres, that is headed to a postgraduate type of opportunity. He's going to come to the U.S. to do that. So he's looking for an opportunity to go to the next level from that.
Well, but I also have to say, all 30 teams in the big leagues, they have their camps in the Dominican Republic, which this is a platform where they can show, and there'll be people watching, how these kids are developing to be the next Cruz, like you see in the big leagues, how they grow as a player, their arms, fielding-wise. So there's a chance. There's a chance. And like I said to them, listen, stay in the right path, eliminate those bad friends, learn from the best, and if you have questions, ask somebody that can give you the right response. Don't get lost in the shuffle.
Here's a 2-1. Missed low.
Great pitch in that area. It's a nice miss.
Garrett thought that was ball 4, but Manny Gonzalez says strike 2, and we'll run the count full.
But it was set before the breaking ball on the outside.
Perdomo trying to find out what he wants. Here it is. Line drive. Right center field. Contreras going on. Can't make the catch. That's down for a hit. Garrett's flying around second. The throw's not in time. And Mason Garrett's got a 2-out triple.
Well hit. In the gap. So you can see the replay. Contreras playing Garrett to pull. And thank God that at the same time they didn't see that ball pass the second base. It could have been another run.
Brings in Butler, shortstop. Butler drives this into deep left field. Compress going back, makes the catch at the track for out number 3. So the White Sox threat here in the bottom of the second, but nothing comes across as they still hang on to a 1-0 lead.
In just a couple of minutes, we're about to pull off an epic surprise for our 2024 D-backs Nike RBI baseball and softball teams. They're about to walk into this locker room and see all of the gear that they're getting for the RBI regionals. A great big surprise on behalf of Nike and Corbin Carroll. We can't wait to meet them and see their surprise. Yeah, so the time that we spent getting to know Corbin, RBI was the one thing that rose to the top for him. Seeing kids get the opportunity to learn and play from the youth level at the Boys and Girls Clubs all the way to the high school level. He loves this opportunity to level the playing field and see kids from diverse communities get this opportunity.
This is Corbin Carroll with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're here pregame. We got to take the Nike RBI softball and baseball team out, you know, show them a good time and get them some gear too, so they're hooked up for their tournament in Seattle.
There's not a lot of people that get to do this, so for us to be able to do this, it's special, very special. Yeah.
I think anytime you get to meet a big leaguer as a kid, it's cool, it feels big. Once you're up here, you realize that, hey, it's just a normal group of guys and who get to do something pretty cool for a living. So hopefully just be around these guys a little bit more, show them that, hey, we're just people too that worked hard and you know, we're fortunate enough to get in this position and hopefully inspire them to work hard and want to do the same.
Well, there's a look at Scott Yell, who threw out the first pitch today. And Scott has run the Jackson Yell Family Foundation, which honors Scott's late son, who was hit tragically in a hit and run in a drunk driving accident. Scott, we thank you so much for joining us here in the booth, but we also thank you so much for what you've been doing the last couple of years in raising money for such a fantastic cause.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me up here. It's special, and thanks to MLB for having me down here really all weekend. So it's been fun to see some great baseball, and yeah, the RBI program is just so phenomenal, and it's really a perfect fit for who Jackson was and our values and his values, and so we're proud to support it.
Now, as you take a look at what you've seen this weekend, a lot of great baseball, but
yeah.
You actually had a chance to interact with a lot of these teams. Talk a little bit about what your journey's been like doing that.
Yeah, I mean, so I met some of the kids actually on my tour. So there were a few stops where I got to have some photos taken with the kids, but then it's fun to see them here and just be around them and just see the pure joy of playing the game, and it's really a thrill. They've been amazing. I can't imagine, can't even tell you how many kids have come up to me and just said, hey, sorry for your loss, but what you're doing, we appreciate it. So.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, and what you're doing for these kids is also very valuable, and it means a lot. And I know that being a great fan and enjoying this game is, how can I say, joyful, inspiration, and it's great to see that the game has a way to heal.
Yeah, it's been very therapeutic, which is what I tell people, and I'm not sure that I'll ever heal, but it's you know, the love and support from the baseball community has just been tremendous over the last year and a half, and I'm really just, you know, grateful that we love the game, Jackson and I did, and that we get to do this.
So one out on the board. Here as we mix in a little game action. Ingerson Hernandez behind in the count 2-1. Pops this up. Castro flings off the mask and makes the catch for out number 2.
Kind of a different game today with these kids, you know, going for the ring, going for the trophy.
But let's take a look at some of the sites that you've visited this year and some of the players that you've gotten a chance to interact with. This is so cool.
Yeah, it was just, really it was a simple ask. I really just wanted a ticket into a game and a photographer to take a picture with me of my big fake check. And in baseball fashion, it really blossomed into so much more. So to meet some MLB players, to meet some players actually that came up through the program, through RBI, like, you know, you saw Michael Harris III was on there, and Hunter Green, and it's been, you know, phenomenal, just overwhelming in a very, very positive way.
How cool is it for you to come to events like this and be able to interact with teams like the Chicago White Sox that you know very well, that not only know you, but remember the memory of your son Jackson?
Yeah, it's super special. I mean, this is really the highlight of even the stadium tours, being able to see all these kids in action. And, you know, honestly, the future's bright. I got to watch a lot of the juniors earlier today, and there's some great baseball that's going to be coming through this complex for the next 5 or 10 years.
Well, that's one of the things I was saying again, watching the White Sox last year. They were in the finals. They lost against the Astros, but their program means more because education and playing the right way, but also preparing them to be somebody else tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's really a huge part of why we chose RBI. Is obviously they're, you know, learning how to be better baseball and softball players through the program, but they really invested in the whole kid, right? The whole young men and women. They want them to be, you know, well-rounded with communication skills and all these sorts of things. So it's awesome.
Well, thanks so much for the time in the booth, Scott. We'll out cue with this, a picture of you and your son Jackson to remember his memory. Thanks so
Park.
much.
Yeah, thanks for having me up here again. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the support.
Tonight we have 2 Nike RBI players that are going to get a chance to announce their team's draft picks. For the Texas Rangers, we have Luis Amador, longtime Academy athlete, who brings a lot of energy, is a passionate contributor to all of our events, and we're just so happy he's going to get this opportunity tonight.
Man, it's truly a blessing, you know, representing Nike and the Rangers.
Layla tonight is going to be able to call the draft pick for the Houston Astros, our hometown team, which is amazing. She's an awesome kid, an awesome teammate, always supporting her team, and not only that, an amazing athlete as well.
It's so special. Nike RBI has given me so many opportunities. I can't even be grateful enough.
I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for these young people, and then it's a great boost for our RBI programs. And both of those clubs, the Rangers and the Astros, they do a tremendous job in their communities, great programs year over year. So we're excited for the young people to get a chance to be recognized on a big stage.
It was amazing. I got to sit kind of front row. I was able to see everybody, all the draft picks that were here tonight.
Being here in Fort Worth, and, you know, big Texas Rangers, and everybody's going to be hyping me up, so it boosted my confidence a little bit. You know, I was thinking about cheering up the crowd a little bit, and it was going through my mind, and then as soon as I walked on the stage, I decided to stick with it, and it kind of worked.
They did a tremendous job, clean, represented their organizations, the Astros and the Rangers well, and shout out to the young people that did a great job tonight.
Bottom of the third, but back to the top of the lineup for the White Sox as Kamari Thomas digs in.
Well, so far, pitching duel.
Just a 1-0 game. The lone run scored by the White Sox was from Kamari Thomas. Fouls that pitch away to even up the count 1-1. Thomas heading to Michigan State University in the fall.
Very nice.
Already dons the stickers on the back of his helmet.
being very careful with Thomas. I want to give him nothing to hit.
Yeah, you saw that first at bat. All curveballs
All
to
curveballs.
Thomas.
They've read the memo. No fastball.
Inside.
Well, the conversation that he was saying, but last year he felt that he let his team down and he wanted to do anything to bring it home this time. And he's doing his job.
Full count to leadoff center fielder, Kamari Thomas. And now they want to have a conversation.
How many fingers does the catcher have? So he's got 5, so how many other signs?
Yeah, how important? I mean, how important is it to keep it simplistic at this level? To say, you know, we've got a 3-4 pitch arsenal, and let's just go after it.
And that should be the way that these kids have to be developed. You know, if you throw a curveball the right way over the top, that you're not going to get hurt. Fastball and a slider. Here we go. For the second time, now he got hit by a pitch.
So 5 RBI alums were selected in last month's MLB draft. Durango Sanjay went in the first round, and that's not a typo on the graphic. He's a switch pitcher from Curacao via Mississippi State University. And then there was an alum of the Chicago White Sox Nike RBI program selected in the 15th round in Sir Jamison Jones. And Jones was actually interested in participating in this year's RBI World Series, but he had to turn it down because the Nationals gave him a check and said, hey, come play in the big leagues.
Yeah, and I see one of my fellow kids from my island, from Puerto Rico.
Ireland squares, pulls it back.
It's just following the right path, the right instruction, and how they teach these kids. I know it's up to them to follow, but when you have somebody that is doing well and you love as a kid that coach, you listen. You continue to stay in that program.
Thomas goes. Almonte fumbled the throw, and he's there with ease of the stolen bag.
That's the second stolen bag for Thomas.
So Ireland's got one in scoring position. Popped up. And out of play, foul.
You know, I was talking to the other coach of the Dominican Republic, and it was fascinating when he told me I had a kid that his first years he didn't make the club. His name was Juan Soto.
No way.
But he kept coming back, and he participated in this RBI program. So that tells you when you want something, you keep going after it. And Juan Soto is one of the best players today in the big league.
Perseverance,
Yeah.
the name of the game in baseball. 1-2 to Ireland. Thought about bunting it, and
well,
does bunt it foul. Count was 1-2, so now evens up at 2-2.
But that tells you how much they wanted. They wanted to keep up, adding up more runs, get that guy to third. No outs. Fly ball, you get another run in. You get him to third.
So a game of cat and mouse between Thomas and Perdomo. He's paying a lot more attention to runners now as Perdomo than he did at the early parts of the game.
On and off, this should be the last inning for Perdomo. I don't think they're going to let him throw more than 50 pitches.
Yeah, the coaching staff said, look, if we've got to start throwing position players on the mound today, we will. It's all hands on deck. Full count to Ireland. Check on Thomas one more time.
And you have to be careful with the amount of pitches. It's a pitch limit. Young kid's been playing in a row for a couple weeks.
Yeah, not only do they play an entire season in the RBI program, but then they go to regionals, and then from regionals they come here. It's a long road.
Yes.
Not to mention, a lot of these guys are playing summer ball, club ball all over the place. Popped up into center. Contreras coming on, makes the catch on the run.
Good jump.
For out number 1.
It took something off of that pitch. Got him full a little bit in front.
Let's take it down to the dugout. Monet Davis will talk to us for the first time. She's got some updates on the junior division games, which the championship of that will get played tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Cam. So while these two teams are battling it out for the trophy, they both have junior teams in the semis right now. Looking forward to winning a spot to the championship tomorrow. You got Chicago is up currently against Durham 8-0, similar to what this senior team has done in the semis as well. And then you got the Dominican Republic. They have a chance to upset NOLA. Right now they're up 3-1, similarly to this senior team as well. So we could get a repeat of these two teams and the championship tomorrow for the juniors.
Thanks, Monet.
And with his legs, Thomas, his 2 stolen bases, scores his 2nd run for the White Sox. And a bad throw on Almonte. Here's the replay. Good jump.
And there's the overthrow that allows Thomas to sprint his way home. So it's a stolen bag and E2 in the books. So now Philip Thigpen will start it all over.
And that's a 2nd error for Team Dominican. And these are the little things that they're okay at this level to learn who you got on base, see the jump, when not to throw. And this is one of the examples. Almonte didn't have to throw it. He already had the bag stolen. Third baseman, he wasn't in the bag, he was in front of the bag, Moreno. So you're going to see some little things, base running like it happened in the 1st inning. You should have slid in the bag instead of going in straight up.
Thigpen stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Perdomo pitch count getting closer to the half-century mark. Payoff pitch.
Inside.
I've seen him start to mix speeds, start to change eye levels a little bit on these hitters, but as you mentioned, the defensive blunders are really hurting this Dominican Republic team.
And both of those errors have produced a run.
Tapper, Moreno's guy. Snared at first by Mejia for out number 2.
And as a manager at a higher level, that's a sin. Walks to become runs. Both runs scored by Thomas. First at bat, walk, but score. Hit by a pitch. So walk, score.
Brings in Castro, who has one of the 2 RBIs today for this Chicago White Sox club.
I guess that's his bread and butter, the breaking ball.
In the sweet zone in the mid-70s. Here's a 1-1. Moreno again, hot shot over it. The hot corner, and makes the play for out number 3.
Big league play.
Defense playing true for the Dominican Republic, but can the offense pick it up? We'll find out after this.
I wanted to get involved in the Nike RBI and Houston Youth Academy because I wanted to involve my game. Not making varsity my sophomore year led far because I just felt like I was much more than what people thought of me. I knew where I was supposed to be at, but I just kept working hard, and then I came out my junior year and made varsity, made first team All-State, first team All-District, and was All-American. Looking at a stat sheet, it doesn't tell you everything about me. On the field, I'm a 5'2" player. I got speed, power, defense, arm strength, my hustle, my heart, and just everything that it doesn't show on the stat sheet.
He's a tremendous leader. You know, he's not the rah-rah type of leader, but he's a quiet type of guy that goes about his work. But then also, he really inspires the teammates that he's around.
The Houston Astros Nike RBI are the 2023 World Series champions.
It was just exciting to see everybody like playing hard and us winning and everybody happy.
I think he'll be one of the models that we actually, you know, point kids to. Like, hey, look, this kid right here, you know, came through the system. Now look where he is right now.
They see something in me to help their program out. Never in a million years I thought I'd be here, because going into my sophomore year and I didn't make varsity kind of like put me down, but then I really looked at it and I was like, I'm a good player, so I kept working. And like now that I'm here, I kind of see it, and I'm just gonna keep working from here on out.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern, only on MLB Network. Well, we're halfway through this one, Candy, as the fans are still eating some candy out in the field.
Candy.
and maybe that will allow the Dominican Republic to find their sweet spot at the plate, because they need some energy on offense.
Definitely they need, and they have their opportunities. I mean, they've been having runs on base. I mean, runners on base. And they haven't been able to take advantage of that situation.
Meat of their order due up this inning for the DR. It's Frederick Mejia, Acosta, and Livian Compress. 1 for 3 so far from those 3 guys in the early parts of the lineup. So you have to hope that if you're the DR, this is the inning that you start to try to chip away.
Yes. They need to get runners on base midway to the game. How about that tremendous play defensive-wise from Moreno, charging that pick in third base.
Great play.
Huge.
They talked about Moreno being kind of a table setter at the top of this lineup, but defensively, he's made almost every play that has been hit at him today. I mean, he had thought about squaring the butt. Takes a strike anyway. Mejia, one of the younger players on this roster, a 2026 graduate.
Pretty close.
Big swing and a miss for strike 2.
You wanted to hit that one in the trees with that swing. Ahead in the count. They'll learn how to be more selective when they're on top of the count. You look for an area where you want that pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Alentini. He's really settled in, Candy.
It's the 3rd and the 2nd one for Mejias. 4 strikeouts.
That'll bring in Saniel Acosta. But we're going to bring in Kavari Thunderbird from the Chicago White Sox club. Kavari, how you doing?
How you doing? You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Chilling. How you guys doing?
Good, good, good. Myself, Cam Thomas, Candy Maldonado here in the booth, man. And we know that you've been a part of this White Sox organization for a couple of years now and have helped this team get to this point. Talk a little bit about what it's meant to you to see so much success in this program year over year.
It means a lot. Playing with the guys I play with coming up. I've been playing with this program since I was 10 years old, playing 12U. So I've seen a lot of guys come through the program and get to where they at now. And it's a big program. So, man, this is a dream come true, but it's also real because this is my last game playing with Ace. So time fly.
So what will be your plans? I mean, after you've been in this program and how much it has helped you, what are the things that you have learned being under this program?
Things I've learned, I really learned a lot through this program. I got to meet new faces and coaches who I consider uncles, kind of, sort of. They kind of helped me like become a man more. So if anything, this is like a brotherhood. It's really a family. They kind of really showed me the way, like how life works really, and outside of baseball, with baseball. They kind of really showed me how. They kind of really showed me like how to just be a better person and take the game of baseball and life serious.
Well, it's good to know that you know, not also is baseball, as you can see here, a possible double play, but
Livian Compress just too fast for this White Sox club to turn the double play, but they do get the 2nd out of the inning. You know, you got to ask you, Kavari, about Sir Jamison Jones and how cool it was to play with him for a couple of years and to see his journey being selected in the MLB draft by the Nationals in the 15th round.
Man, I can say a lot about J-Mo. Man, that's my dog. Day one, been playing with him since the start of all this. So it's really like a dream come true for him and for me to see. It's a great feeling to see all your guys winning, especially the guys my age. It just showed, man, he came a long way. He worked hard for everything he got since before he was catching. I've been playing with him. And like it's real big for me just seeing him, guys like him, Dylan Head, guys like that. Just I've been on the exact same travel team with them since before Ace, really, but with Ace rather. I've been seeing them grinding night in, night out, day in, day out, just grinding. Now they reaching their goals. They're in MLB, and I'm next up.
Well, as you can see the game, you're ahead 2-0.
Say that one more time.
As you can see, you guys are ahead 2-0. What's going through your mind right now?
We gotta hit the ball a little bit better. But we got the lead right now. We just gotta pitch with the lead, play with the lead, and we gotta capitalize off their mistakes and we gotta go with our strengths. So Connor's actually dealing right now, but we gotta kind of back him up a little bit. Get his pitch count down. He's finna hold him right here. Ooh, foul ball.
Runner goes.
We just gotta kind of stay behind him a little bit, pick him up a little bit more than we really are. That's been our whole tournament. Like that been our weakness. Scoring with runners in scoring position and timely hitting, but I feel like we're gonna get the great outcome of this game because we playing together. I feel like we're playing better as a team right now than we usually play. But we should be straight. We should be okay.
Let's get some fun in here, right? Let's think not about baseball. Baseball's fun, but some things that, you know, maybe folks might not know about you. Chicagoland guy. Chicago eats. Everybody talks about it. What's your favorite meal in Chicago?
Say favorite meal?
Favorite meal in Chicago.
Yeah, that a boy. Hey, that a boy. Thumb two. Favorite meal? I'm gonna have to go with it's a lot of good food in Chicago, but I'm gonna have to go with fried chicken.
Okay, perfect. Look, everybody likes a good piece of fried chicken, right?
Definitely.
2-0 lead for the White Sox as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Thanks so much, Kavari.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, thank you.
Part of our celebration of Jackie Robinson Day, we've invited RBI kids from the region to come to the Jackie Robinson Museum. We wanted to make sure that all of the kids that are playing at Nike RBI, that they have an opportunity to come here, learn more about Jackie, and learn more about the game and the impact that it has on communities, and that's part of the reason why we run Nike RBI.
It was a great experience because we got to learn more about Jackie Robinson and how his life was other than baseball.
It's a lot of history artifacts. It's super cool. You feel like you're there almost.
I like just looking around and just looking at the artifacts. So right now we have a scavenger hunt on Jackie Robinson life. It's a really good experience here. I think it is.
It's been pretty cool so far, learning a lot about Jackie. I learned he was in real estate after baseball, and also he changed the game. They even have his own day, as everybody wears the number 42. So he did a lot for the game.
The museum, it's pretty amazing actually. It was very interactive, it was realistic. We have the jerseys.
So this happens to be the jersey he's wearing that day, and you can double check there's 42 on the back, I promise.
Have his bats, have like all of his awards. You don't really get to see places like this often, so being able to share that with people is really cool.
.42, one of the most important numbers in baseball, and a number you'll see at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex a ton. Means so much to not only the players here, but Major League Baseball and the investment that they've made over the last couple of years to take over this ballpark, not only put staff in place to be able to host events like this, but to make the renovations that they've had over the last couple of years has been absolutely fantastic.
And you know what's amazing, talking to Jabari, is when he mentioned that the coaches, they feel like they are their uncle. That's something that we've been talking about, that they create that family atmosphere. They're the person that can be their mentor.
Brings in Evian Rodriguez, the 6-hole hitter, designated hitter today for the White Sox. Rodriguez, one of the only Chicago White Sox members that is headed to an HBCU next year. He'll go to Southern University, which means he might have an opportunity to come back down here and play in the Andre Dawson Classic next year.
Yeah. There's great opportunities with all these programs for kids to develop and go far away. This is something that you always will remember the rest of your life.
The 1-1. Big fly down the right field line, but well foul. We've seen these White Sox hitters get the ball in the air. They just haven't been able to straighten it out.
I'm surprised Perdomo's still on the mound.
Nearing 60 pitches for the day for Perdomo.
Then again, in Dominican, they got kids that have rubber arms, so. But you have to be careful. You know you're playing for a championship. But they're young kids growing up. You won't be overused.
Yeah, how has that changed from when you were coming up and starting to play to now, the attention to health and well-being of players opposed to just saying, hey, go out there and play?
Well, it has changed a lot because in the old days, you didn't want to come out.
Right.
You had a natural preparation that you were just going and play. Today, science has become a big part of the growth of youngsters and the amount of pitches they should throw, when to throw them, the amount of running, and I mentioned it earlier where you have to watch these kids. They're trying at a young age to impress scouts and overthrowing balls to get that velocity up there to impress. And everything comes by age.
7-pitch walk for Evian Rodriguez puts the first White Sox runner on the base pass this inning. We're only in the top of the 4th, Candy, but the White Sox have had a base runner every single inning.
Yes,
opportunities have been endless.
Exactly. And they only had one hit. One hit in the whole game. And it was a triple by Garrett.
Snap throw back to first. He's there in time. Speaking of Mason Garrett, who awaits on deck, Monet, I've heard you got something sidelined for us on Mason. Did you take a look at the replay? Runner goes. Got him. Rodriguez hosed. And a play for Almonte behind the dish.
Nice throw with a difficult pitch. Was able to get rid of the ball and easily got him.
2-1. Bunt third base side. Foul.
Why you want to bunt in that situation? There's times you're ahead in the count. You look for a pitch that you can drive.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Perdomo has settled down and has given the DR a chance. 3 innings left to go in the Senior Division Championship of the Nike RBI World Series here in Vero Beach, Florida.
I have a softball organization, a fast pitch for girls, and this place was an idea for them. But my wife ended up taking it from there, so she started and built the field house to support our girls that then ended up turning into what you see today.
For my girls, it's giving them a second home to have. It's a family-oriented facility. This has made them better as athletes, and that's what you want.
I think it's really cool to see everybody try new things and hit really far and push over the limits.
So I'm originally from San Diego, so I know what it's like to be out all the time and be able to play. And so now they have an indoor facility. They can train and be up to par like the rest of the kids in the warmer city. And the nice thing about this facility is they welcomed me here. They allowed my kids from the RBI from the city of Patterson to come over and work out and practice.
So when we found out about Nike RBI, it was exactly what our mission is to increase diversity and access to quality softball programming for girls who had a desire. They're the reason we're here. We did this for our Thunder girls and other organizations that are committed to that same mission.
So I think it's very special to me because I could practice with some friends. Like, it's not just for me, it's for the whole community, and I think it's really important that everybody gets to enjoy it here.
Weekdays on MLB Network at 4 Eastern, it's Off Base, the modern show for the baseball fan. Then join the conversation on Intentional Talk at 5 and follow all the action on MLB Tonight starting at 6. Weekdays on MLB Network. Well, Candy, we're through 4 innings and the White Sox hanging on to a 2-0 lead. This ball game has been a pitching duel between both the White Sox and the DR, but the bat's got to come alive.
They have to, and what a way to finish that inning for Perdomo, striking out, the only strikeout in the game for him. But yes, the Dominican Republic, although they have come from behind in the last 3 games, they need to start cooking now.
Brings in Lucas Almonte, the catcher. Good chance for him to do one of those highlights. Throw him out, then get a nice base knock to get the offense started for your team. Swings at some high heat from Alentini, whose pitch count is starting to rise, but the White Sox are going to let him ride. Pop up right side, caught by Downs for out number 1. How about this, Candy? The junior division games just wrapped up. Guess who's in the championship?
Dominican?
And the White Sox.
What a coincidence, huh?
Double trouble.
Double trouble. Boy, that ball got in the hands. The old-fashioned way they used to say got in the kitchen. That ball got in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bedroom. I remember they used to say the ball ain't carrying too much the other way.
Line drive left field, but Butler has enough room in shallow left to make the catch.
Well, too quick out. Ball didn't hit hard enough.
It seems that a lot of these hitters, Candy, aren't as comfortable as you'd want to at the plate. That's an outer third pitch. You think you drive the other way, and instead it's a lonely pop up to the left side.
Well, you have to understand, maybe there's a few in each team that have that ability of adjusting on the ride, but the majority, like this one, nice base hit the other way.
Moreno's first base knock of the day gives the DR a runner aboard with 2 outs. Perfect piece of hitting.
Yeah, the sinking fastball just threw the bat the other way, and you can see his stance. It looks like a hitter that knows what he's doing. Second time, got on base. First inning, he walked, and now with a base hit.
Brings in Hernandez. First pitch strike. Starting to see the velo for Alentini on the mound decrease. He started this game in the upper 80s, now in the lower 80s with his fastball.
San Francisco de Macorís.
Checked down to the third base umpire and said, yes, Hernandez won around.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, if he would have hit it, would have been a knock the other way.
0-2. There's that energy that we talked about from the DR. You hear that clapping in the background.
There you can see the rest of that team that won the game. They're all there supporting their teams. It's a nice group.
Two misses low. You talk about the group being nice. This entire DR team has such a different level of appreciation for being here.
Yeah.
Talking to some of the players,
Yes.
they were like, look, man, we feel like we're big leaguers this weekend.
Yes.
We get food, we get housing, we're all good.
Yeah, it's an environment that they haven't had.
Strike three called inside corner. Alintony's fired up as he puts another goose egg on the board for the White Sox as they hang on to a slim 2-0 lead in the championship of the senior division champion Nike RBI World Series.
6 strikeouts. Wow.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Always something to do, okay? So we're here, we're gonna field the ground ball. We're gonna come up. All right, Genesis, remember, we're ready, we're down, we're down. Bat up. Yeah, good job, I like that. Give me a fist bump, yes.
Coach Chadwick works tirelessly just to teach the values of the sport, but also off the field and what it means for your character and your development as a person as well. She's one of our best coaches, our leaders.
There you go, good job.
We honored her with our Women's Coach of the Month award. We're from the Oklahoma City Baseball Club and the Rookie League Foundation. We're here to honor you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
She really takes the time to get to know her athletes and her students. She just leads by example.
You gotta lead by example, okay? Be positive, be positive. Everybody's doing great.
She's fantastic. She loves those girls. They listen to her, they hear her.
I should hear y'all guys in the dugout.
Let's go, Haley! Let's go! She's teaching them the game in a way that's really, truly so much fun.
Hey, y'all guys are doing great. I like it.
Our kids can't be travel ball kids. That's not a resource that's available to them. And by Major League Baseball and Nike stepping in, it gives them a chance to play the game they otherwise wouldn't get to play. I hope the support system they build, the lessons that they learn, that they're able to apply that in their life and that every single one of them is able to have a successful, happy life.
Tap. All right, let's go.
You take a look at the RBI alums that were selected in the players of the month, rather. Taj Bradley, Lawrence Butler, and Hunter Green. These guys are all
RBI program alums, and perfect time for us to bring Tony Regans into the booth. Tony Regans, now the Chief Baseball Development Officer for Major League Baseball. Tony, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. It's always good to be here. Those 3 players that you brought up, Hunter and Taj, those are talented players. They're obviously getting the most out of their ability, and to have a program like RBI play a part in their development as young players and young men is really what this program is about. Not just on the field, but off the field. Those 3 individuals are talented ball players, but they are even more talented as human beings. So Mason Jarrett will lead things off for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 5th. Already a triple today.
Well, and also, Tony, you know, watching that this year's draft, there were 5 kids that came through this great program. It's got to be something to make you guys proud in the hard work that you put together in this event and around the country.
It definitely makes you proud to be a part, just to have a small part in you know, these opportunities that these players are getting. You know, getting drafted is, I know, a lifelong dream. But you know, it's a bigger piece. It's a bigger piece. These guys have been around us a long time, and to see them finally get a chance to play pro ball is awesome. But again,
quality individuals that love the game of baseball, great listeners, which I think is something that you don't hear about. These guys swallowed up information and
they're going to get a shot to play at a higher level.
Just got to see Sir Jamison Jones, one of them, an alumni of this Chicago White Sox RBI program. Again, Tony Regan's Chief Baseball Development Officer up here in the booth. Tony, can you speak a little bit to all the intricacies that go into this weekend to make sure these guys get an opportunity to play?
You know, I have to tip my cap to our staff. Most of them, I'm out front, obviously, a lot, but the hard work that David James and his team, Steve Smagaki, and that group, Sarah Pato, to make this happen, it definitely is truly appreciated by me, and the work that they do day in and day out is second to none. And even our staff here in Vero Beach at Jackie Robinson Training Complex, Rochelle Madrigal and Amanda Wynn and Jeff Biddle, that team is outstanding. They do yeoman's work around here. The facility is in great shape. We got some rain today, and you really can't tell from the field standpoint. They got it in great playing shape. So I'm really proud of the work that's done behind the scenes, because you don't hear about that a lot.
Runner goes, and Garrett's there with ease. Another stolen bag for the White Sox. It's their third today. They've really showcased their speed, Tony.
Yeah, that's a part of the game. The White Sox are always aggressive. They're going to pitch well. Obviously they're, I saw them bunting early in the game. They're trying to play some small ball, manufacturing some runs. This is going to be a tight ball game the rest of the way, and they're playing that way. So my expectation is that this stays tight, and we got two good teams that are battling right now.
Well, Tony, one thing that I'm so proud to see when you talk to all these coaches and the way that I know the organization gets involved, who used to like to be the managers and the coaches, so these kids feel that they can have that trust on them, and they can be their uncles, they can be like a father figure.
Yeah, that's really important. The leadership around each team, they set the tone. They set the tone for each individual team, and then they set the tone for this week. Kids will be kids, and the discipline, we haven't had those issues. So the leadership is extremely important. We know what we're going to get out of the White Sox, and the Dominican being able to come over and really conduct themselves as professionals. We appreciate what they've done on the island. That program there is just growing and growing. More kids are taking part in RBI year over year. So you got to tip your cap to both of these programs, because they're one of our better programs, two of our better programs, in the world. And John Young, when he started this, I think he had it focused in South Central LA, and to be able to expand internationally, I think is great for baseball. But back to the leadership of these coaching staffs, they do a great job, and we're proud of it.
Well, I really saw, because we just talked to one of the kids, Javadi from the White Sox, and he was saying that he's so proud. This is his last game, but he's so proud and praised their coaches. Feels like they can trust them, and the way they get their advice, no matter what, not only in the field but off the field.
Yeah, this is not just about baseball, especially with the White Sox program. Kavari has gone through a lot personally. Maybe his story is real well documented. But to have the support of the coaching staff and his teammates, I think they got him through a tough time period in his life. And I know he leaned on them. And they're there, beyond the RBI World Series. They're there for them when they get back home. on a daily basis. I know that the White Sox program is connected to all of their players and really lean on them for support. So, proud of them, proud of what the ACE program has done and what the RBI Chicago White Sox program has been able to do year over year. They're always going to be tough year over year, and you can expect them to be playing late in this tournament. But to see them as professionals, as someone that's going to take care of their players on and off the field, you got to tip your cap to Kenny Foreman and the work that he's done year over year.
Now, I know you always like to give the praise and spotlight to others, but we're going to put the spotlight on you for just a second. I want to talk a little bit about your time in the front office and ultimately becoming the fifth black GM in MLB history. Can you talk about what that time was like for you, and then what the transition is like now as MLB's Chief Baseball Development Officer?
It was a great time. I think it was a chapter in my career, in my life, to be able to lead a major league club. I'm proud of what we were able to do with the Angels, but that was a chapter. You have to turn the page from time to time and make adjustments. I'm here at the commissioner's office now, and I think I have a real opportunity to impact the lives of young people around the world, and that's what I'm most proud of. I'm passionate about that, and just to create opportunities for the next generation. And I lean on that. I talk to my staff about that all the time. That it's just a moment in time for us right now, and it's up to us to lead the next generation. So we definitely have to be accountable and put in the work to give these young people, both boys and girls, opportunities to play our game.
Pop up right side was caught, and Kamari Thomas is sat down. It's a tough play here.
Yes, it was, and first baseman missed that ball. Thank God that his partner was right under it. And Tony, all that traveling and doing a lot of stuff for the same motive, trying to get the young generation to improve as a person, as a ball player. And you mentioned something very important, as a professional. Not everybody's going to make it to the big leagues, but they can have a good education and go in the right path.
And that's something that we're really trying to emphasize even more than we have in the past, is the importance of college. And the college landscape is changing. The professional baseball is changing, for that matter. College is becoming increasingly more important. So emphasizing that piece is extremely important. We want to make sure that these kids know that the grades that they have are.
Pop throw back to first. He was safe.
That was close. I think you had to implement, replay. So.
But their grades are just as important as playing the game. And you're right, Candy. Not everyone's going to be a major league player or play at the highest level in girls baseball or softball. But every one of them have an opportunity to get a college education and work hard in the classroom.
Throw goes down. They've got Butler caught in a rundown. We'll see what Butler does at third. Butler will advance to second, and Mason Jarrett will be at third easily. So a little game of cat and mouse won by the White Sox.
Well, it's one of those plays that, like I was mentioning before, there are going to be a lot of mistakes because they haven't reached that level of understanding. Like right there, you get the man on first, run him back, get the out. Guy in third's not going to go home. But, yeah, and I always believe, Tony, because when I have to speak.
Line drive, base hit for Joey Ireland. It'll score one. Here comes Butler. The throw to the plate is offline, and it's a 2 RBI double for the young fella, Joey Ireland. White Sox lead 4-0.
Speaking of those little mistakes, as you can see, the left fielder didn't charge that ball, just waited for the ball and didn't want to showcase his arm, and produces 2 runs. Good piece of hitting for Ireland. But here is one of the things that you've been in this program, somebody had to teach you that you have to attack that ball at a young age. And Tony, one of the things I was talking, because I had an opportunity to talk to both teams of Dominican, when you watch a baseball game on TV, watch what the guy in your position does so you can learn. Look at those little things.
Well, that, you know, a lot of times players get enamored with the home run or the big hit, but a play just like the one before, where, you know, the player didn't run the runner back, you know, that ended up costing them 2 runs. You know, one you'll give up, but the second run, you know, that shouldn't happen. And instead of a 3-0 ball game, now you're looking at a 4-0 ball game, and that makes a big difference. And now things are starting to kind of, the wheels are starting to fall off the wagon.
Ball drops between Reyes and Nieve. Throw to third, dropped. And Philip Thigpen is going to reach base with a triple. It'll score 1 more, add another to the tally for the White Sox.
Well, the wagon and the carry of the wagon has come in this inning.
But it's amazing, you know, that all started with a play that probably should have been made, and then you're looking at 2 outs, now it's the floodgates are open. So the little things are extremely important, and sometimes you got to make those plays. They always say when you give up extra outs, it's going to cost you.
And they're youngsters,
right,
and I know they're going to learn later on. But the key factor, you know, is they're going to look back and reflect as you're going to have in your memories that you were here in Vero Beach in the World Series, representing your country. And I told you, Ken, at the beginning that sometimes we can be up here and maybe expect things, but these kids are in a learning process. If you're in the big league, somebody will be waiting and yelling at you.
But I tell you, this game is still not over. You have to, you know, you have to keep fighting. You still got outs left in this game, and you know, anything can happen.
That's the name of the game. It's not over until that last out.
2-1 now, the count to Angel Castro, the catcher today for the White Sox. Tapper. Hernandez looks back to run and throw across the diamond. He'll come home with it. Thigpen is safe. Another run for the White Sox. They just keep pouring it on.
Another RBI for Castro. Second one of this game, and nice play. Attack. Great base running for the White Sox. Maybe we should take this team to play up in the big level.
I'm going to leave that alone, Candy. I'm going to leave that alone.
No, I know they're going through some rough times. Real rough time.
Jimmy Downs hit by the first pitch. And
well, for me, this is my second year, and I appreciate, Tony, you having me on board, and I really love watching these kids competing, how they're gathered themselves, and that unity as a family. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, this is, you know, with the White Sox, they've been here before, and I think they were just kind of, you know, biding their time, keeping the game close, and when the opportunity came, they've taken advantage of it.
Well, they're going for the repeat.
Rodriguez flies this into shallow right field. Caught by Nieve, and that's how the Fifth inning will come to a close. Well, Tony Regans might be the good luck charm for the White Sox as they put up a 4 spot in this inning. Thanks so much, Tony.
All right, thanks for having me.
We'll be back in a moment from the RBI World Series.
Coach Victor embodies Nike RBI because he really gives us advice on life.
You want playing time?
Yeah, I want playing time.
You gotta work for it.
And advice on how to play the game because he used to be a ball player until he had an accident.
Happened 33 years ago when I was playing baseball in a men's league and I was playing the outfield and I went back on the ball, didn't know how many feet I was from the fence and I hit a fence. Fell down, thought I broke my arm, paramedics were called. I sustained a spinal cord injury, C4 incomplete, told I would never walk again. I always tell the story with these kids. The way I got through rehab, I divided my days up in 10s. 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 hours. And I said if I have a good 3 minutes, good 3 hours, I had a good day. I'm a Major League All-Star with batting 300. That got me through rehab. It took away my ability to play. You gotta protect me, Malachi, don't let me get hit. But I live through these kids now, helping them out. You have fun today?
He goes up to bat for these kids. He helps out everybody. If you don't know, he's gonna teach you. You're doing the good work.
Oh man, thank you.
He's the hero of the town for us because he really kept this alive for us having fun as players.
That was a great catch though, you made it right field.
He loves baseball, he loves Passaic, and he loves helping out these kids.
That's the only way you're gonna get better. Be out here catching, playing catch.
That's all Vic. Everything that happens in Passaic is because of Vic.
MLB Together is baseball's platform embodying the sport's philanthropic contributions to key causes and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. To learn more, please visit MLBtogether.com. And Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org and follow Play on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Well, Camp, the wheels fall off the wagon in that inning for the Dominican team.
There's any silver lining in this, it's that you're in the 6th inning and 3, 4, 5 in your lineup are coming up, but they haven't produced today. They're combined 0 for 5 with 3 Ks.
Yep. And fielding has been a big problem for the Dominican Republic today. And the White Sox have taken advantage of every little mistake, mental mistakes, and physical errors.
It's been interesting. We saw Connor Alentony the first couple innings have some struggles, but he's one of those guys that's gotten stronger and stronger and stronger every inning.
Settle down, and this is suspicious. Ooh. Mr. Gonzalez. Looks like a strike from here. Nick, those are the bad ones. You know, when they call it knee buckle. Nolan Ryan's type of breaking ball, you know.
Line drive into center. Thomas giving chase, and he makes the catch on the run. Well, while we're in the outfield, why don't we talk about one of the Chicago White Sox outfielders, Mason Jarrett. Monet Davis has the report from the dugout.
Yeah, Mason Jarrett didn't start a single game in regionals because of Damir Heidelberg, who coach considers one of their best players, is at the area code games, which gave Jarrett a chance to come out here, and he got his shot. He already hit a triple, he got an infield single, stolen base, and he scored in this game as well.
It's been a next man up mentality for the Chicago White Sox, and as Monet said, Candy, it takes 9.
It takes 9, and the rest of the crew, they have shown they're going for that repeat. And the confidence. And I think, it helps a lot when you see other players that has gone to the next level and they went through this. inspire them to get there. And Tony has mentioned, that next other level, going to college, a name of yourself.
Here's the 0-2. Painted the black, strike 3 on the outer third.
He's on fire. 11 punchies tonight.
Can't line it up any better than that.
And he's having fun.
See Chicago White Sox coaches saying, keep attacking, keep attacking.
Yep.
They're not letting up.
They can smell it.
Brings in Sanyo Acosta, designated hitter today.
They can smell it. It's getting closer. On the other hand, the Dominican only got 2 hits. Three walks.
Yeah, one was a bunt hit by Livia and Compress back in the second.
He liked that pitch.
We saw that 2-out single from Marty Moreno last inning. There's one off the bag, hot shot. Thigpen couldn't find it in time, and it's a single for Acosta, and he's motioning to his dugout saying, let's go, let's go.
That's a great piece of hitting. The pitch before was fastball inside. It was called strike. He didn't like it. And he just speed up his bat, looking for another fastball, although in mislocation. But that was a missile.
It looks like Connor Alintony's day is done. 93 pitches. He gave them everything he had. And we'll find out who the no arm is right after this. White Sox hanging on to a big 6-0 lead in the 6th.
We are here in the 2024 MLB Showcase in Puerto Rico. We are bringing together the best talent on the island. We have more than 80 players that have the opportunity to showcase for the different MLB clubs. There are several players that are participating in this event here that belongs for the RBI program. It's very important how the RBI have the opportunity to bring kids to these events.
Nike RBI has been really important to me because it has helped me a lot. It just opened doors for me. I started catching better at that time. I started hitting better, and it has helped me a lot in the rest of the process to get here. My favorite part of Nike RBI is the competition, the style of play, the quickness of the game. I have traveled the world, technically. I have gone on a lot of travel ball tournaments.
It's very important to grow the RBI here and continue doing the same job with all the initiatives in order to give the players the opportunity to play the game and also to be a very good person, very good student, very good citizen for the island.
Nike RBI has helped me a lot. It has made me a better person, better player, and a better family member, better at everything in my life. Yabel Mato, yo soy Nike RBI.
Well, it's been a heck of a day for Connor Alintony. Had some struggles early, but he has sliced and diced this Dominican Republic lineup. His day is done after 5 2/3 innings. But man, what a performance from him, Candy.
Oh my goodness. After that first couple innings, he was lights out.
7 strikeouts on 93 pitches. He was efficient. Now that'll give way to his teammate, Jimmy Downs, who will go to first base. Downs heading to Northern Illinois University. Goes toe-to-toe with Livian Compress. First pitch swinging. Downs wants it himself. Juggled it, but was able to secure the catch for out number 3 of the 6. That's the type of reliever you want. We'll be right back. 6-0 lead for the White Sox over the Dominican Republic. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Don't do it. Not even try.
A lot of fans still at the ballpark here at Holman Stadium, the Jackie Robinson Training Complex, a place you spent a lot of time, Candy, during your playing days. How's it feel to be back here now and to see all of the improvements that have been made, not only to this facility, but the changes in the area?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It started last year. Came here for the first time in 1978. It was unbelievable. The facilities at that time, you know, you look around, there's a lot of new things, housing, condos, and the improvement in addition to what it was before. Imagine being at 1 o'clock in the clubhouse, a dugout with no roof. The fence used to be a hill. If you hit it over the hill, it was a home run. But you learn so much, and I was so proud because one thing I have to say about the organization, the Dodger organization, I learned to be a man and a professional ball player and a one that respect the game. It was amazing coming to spring training and you see Sandy Koufax, Pee Wee Reed, Don Nukin, and all the great players.
Nice swing and a line drive into right. Base hit for Jonah Weathers. He's got his first hit of the day. You talk about some of those Dodger greats, Sandy Koufax, Oral Hershiser, Nomar Garciaparra. They all still have homes here in Vero Beach. So it's not just come down here and have spring training, but Dodgers players like to come here and relax.
Sandy lives here. Rick Monday is another one that settled down in Vero Beach. Many, many years. It was the best organization in everything. The facilities, those housing. I remember my first teammate. He's the manager for the LA Angels, Ron Washington. I'm telling you stories about Fernando Valenzuela.
Garrett takes the pitch on the outer third, and looks like it's no pitch. It'll be a balk on the pitcher. Monet is back down in the dugout with the leader of this White Sox club, Angel Castro, the catcher. Give some comments on their team this weekend.
Yeah, Cam, so I'm here with Angel right now, and I just want to know your thoughts on Connor's pitching. You know, he struggled at first, and then he seemed like he got into a groove. What were some conversations that you had with him?
Well, honestly, Connor's just a great pitcher, man. And once he just started getting dialed in, oh, he was locked. You could even see, maybe he was struggling, but towards the end of the game, towards the end of his performance, he was coming in, throwing strikes, doing what we needed him to do. And he's just a great pitcher all around.
You know, so your coach talked a lot about you being a leader. What are some things that you tell your guys when, you know, they're not doing their best, they're struggling at the plate, they're struggling in the field, they're struggling on the mound? What are some things you tell them?
Well, at the end of the day, this is a game, and this game is 70% failure, so obviously we're going to fail more than we succeed. But you know what? All that time you spend in the cage is going to come out eventually. Oh, yeah, right there, basics. You see that right there? That's perfect right there. Jonah's about to score. Never mind. Never mind. You know what? See? All that speed. Speed plays a big game in our plays a big spot in our game. This is how we play baseball right here. This is Chicago baseball.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Back to you, Cam.
Look, Candy, we might as well just have Angel come up in the booth. He can do the play-by-play.
Exactly. It's a beautiful piece of hitting going the opposite way and great base running. This Chicago White Sox team has been well taught how to do the things in the field. They have the best infield defensive-wise in this tournament.
Pitching change here in the bottom of the sixth. The Dominican needs to make a change. We'll be back in just a moment from JRTC.
Nike RBI is a big part of really our overall growth strategy. In Birmingham, there's really two organizations that work with RBI. Both are growing. And it really gives us a real hope that, you know, Major League Baseball can really have an impact in this community.
It's amazing to see RBI still thriving. For me, being a young player, coming up through the RBI system, playing multiple games with RBI, and seeing those next generation of young players, I mean, seeing how young these kids are. I mean, I'm seeing 6, 7, 8, 10-year-old kids already being introduced to the game of baseball and having the access to be able to go out there and have fun playing the game and create those relationships early. I think it's extremely important. It takes me back to my childhood and how important RBI was for me.
This week at Rickwood is a historic week, and I love that MLB wanted to invite kids from the local Nike RBI programs here in Birmingham to a play ball event and then go to the minor league game at Rickwood.
The trip over to Rickwood Field is only going to take about 12 minutes.
There's so much history here with Rickwood Field and the Negro League players. To be able to bring this type of event to this community is really exciting, and we're looking forward to these young people having fun.
What's up, guys? Everybody good? Y'all have fun today? Yeah! Y'all watching baseball? Where y'all sitting at? For such an event like this, Nike RBI Baseball coming in and being able to really host and sponsor these kids and give them the experience to come to this historic venue and see this historic game, I think this is a memory that will last for a lifetime for them.
Well, this is vintage Dodger Town back in the day when the Brooklyn Dodgers played their spring training games here.
So Roy Campanella, Fernando, Tommy, El Toro.
Now, I wasn't around back then, but I'm sure it brought some memories back for you, Candy.
That's left hook to the ribs, you know, telling me that I'm old. So easy. Well, like I said, it was very special being signed by the Dodgers.
There's young Candy.
Yeah. Look at my fro, man. What a days. Those are the days.
You kept it nice and crisp back in the day, too.
Well, you know, now went with a different style. That's part of the older movement.
Well, Iscael Moreno will try to stop the bleeding here as Demarion Butler has an opportunity here in the 9 spot to drive in a couple of more runs and cash in an insurance policy for the White Sox. But Moreno brought the heat on strike 1.
86 miles. Well, if the Dominican team want to have a chance, it needs to close this inning. But the way the bats are, consistent 86. They're swinging the bats. It's a little bit, it's getting a little bit too late.
Line drive into deep center field. Contreras going back, makes the diving catch. What a play. But both runners will tag and score. It's a sacrifice fly for Demarion Butler, and 2 more come across on a fantastic play by Junior Contreras in center.
Unbelievable catch. This time he went after that ball. And folks, he went a long way to catch this ball. And to me, it's the first time that I see 2 runners score in a play like that. Wow.
That ball was well tagged by Demarion Butler.
That's a highlight.
And what'd you say earlier? Sometimes it only takes 1 play for a guy to get seen.
Yep.
Rolls it back to the top of the order for the White Sox. It's Kamari Thomas.
Only 1 out.
Thomas already walked twice and scored twice today.
Well, I'm impressed with this kid Moreno. He's coming in at that age, throwing 86 miles an hour. Tall. Lefty.
Moreno, a 2024 graduate. Nice play, snagged by Hernandez at short. Now they're showing off the defense.
Nice play. Had that leap at the right time.
You really like to see overall from this Dominican team, Candy, that even though they've had some defensive blunders, they're still locked in and focused and making fantastic plays towards the end of this ball game.
Well, it shows because they've been in this tournament, and the last 3 victories, they have come from behind. So they have that confidence they can do it. They haven't shown it yet offensively, but they've been putting men on base. They just haven't had the opportunity to get 2 or 3 hits in a row.
2-0 finds the zone. Moreno consistently sitting mid to upper 80s here with his fastball.
He threw that one sideways. Well, those are the type of pitchers that in Dominican they look for. Had that slim body that you say to yourself, well, if he puts in 25 more pounds and the right exercises and build that arm, watch out.
Ireland living to see another pitch.
I haven't seen him spin one to see if he has a breaking ball.
Leaves it upstairs, and another walk for Joey Ireland. His third time on the bases today. Guy is just going into his junior year, but already committed to Big Ten powerhouse University of Illinois.
Very nice.
Brings in Philip Thigpen.
And the good thing is they're going in with some experience and very well teach.
Thigpen triple scored in the 5th. Kind of a part of the inning that things started to unravel for this DR team. See the zone start to open up a little bit.
One thing I've seen from Moreno that he's running too much around the mound in every pitch he throws.
Ground ball snagged by Mejia. And he'll make the tag for out number 3. 3 outs left to go for the White Sox to claim the championship. We'll see if they can do it right after this.
It's our first ever Nike RBI clinic. The kids are coming out, they're learning different techniques and fundamentals.
And catch it on your forehand side.
This is our second year doing RBI, and the kids are coming out and just learning the different fundamentals that are important to become a better baseball or softball player.
When you're catching, spread your legs like kind of like this. You want them even. There you go. To be able to help kids that may not have an opportunity to come to a camp or get instruction, try to catch it with your feet, like out here just trying to help them get a little bit better. Nice.
The best part, learning how to field the ball, because a lot of people, including myself, is of developing and learning how to field the ball.
Everything we kind of did was kind of new and foreign to us, but we got some good experience in learning what we can possibly get ourselves into.
It was amazing, learning new things, having a little bit of a struggle, because it's always fun in a struggle.
So right here,
Yep.
step,
Yep.
and then swing.
When I didn't understand what I was doing and what I had going on, he helped me out.
It's too close to you, you're gonna hit ground balls. Now that you catch it out in front, you're gonna drive it in the air.
One of the greatest, like of our generation, greatest shortstop, just to have him come here and just be with us, it's a great opportunity.
Putting dents in the ball now.
For Cardinals to be the sponsor of Nike RBI, and we have access to things like Busch Stadium and players, it just adds that extra excitement to these kids that they get to come out and they get to really experience what it feels like to maybe be a big leaguer one day.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet
Hopefully
you.
be playing with you someday.
Yeah.
Well, 3 outs left to go for the Dominican Republic as they try to claw their way back into this Nike RBI World Series Senior Division Championship ball game. They had to fight their way to get here. Fought from behind yesterday in a couple of games. Made some great plays defensively, offensively to put themselves in a position to win a championship, and today it's just been a tough go at it. For the White Sox on the other end, they have been phenomenal. And so has this guy, Mr. Downs. Jimmy Downs, the senior, who coaching staff told us in pregame, look, if Jimmy Downs is the guy we got to go to, we feel pretty confident with the fact that it's a Division I arm and that he's going to get the job done for the final 4 outs.
Well, this is it. Told you, they can smell it.
If the White Sox are able to complete this championship victory, they not only would have won 2 out of the last 3 senior division championships. But oh, by the way, they won the junior division last year, and their junior division team is in the championship tomorrow. You talk about a powerhouse.
It speaks volume of that program up there in Chicago.
On the bottom of the order, we'll have to do it for the Dominican. It's Reyes, Serta, followed by Almonte and Nieve. Reyes is 0 for 2 today. Fair ball. Reyes will dig for 2. And the offensive party getting started here in the top of the 7th. You said it, Candy. It's not over till the final out.
Yep. That was Reyes, who had 2 opportunities with men on base, but this time he really got that bat going. He hit a bullet.
We'll have a pinch hitter here for Almonte. It'll be Jose Alberto Sanchez Garcia.
Don't get it. I know you got speed, but they want you to swing the bat. Runners on base. That's what he has done so far, 0 for 8 with 2 RBIs.
He wanted all of that one.
That's one of the things you have to teach young kids today. Start learning how to hit, and then you look for the long ball. It's easier when you get to know how to hit and do that.
Oh, what a play by Ireland at second. Got it on the hop and still able to get the out at first. Wow.
I tell you, they had the best defense when you say third base, shortstop, and second base. Beautiful play. Beautiful.
See Rodriguez over there at first base get a little turned around. He's not used to playing first. He's usually their designated hitter.
I know. Again, you know, everything starts at the beginning. You watch a game, how you give this side the advantage. That error in that first inning where the shortstop didn't attack the ball. Chicago came back, scored 1 run. And every opportunity Team Dominican has gave, the White Sox, they have taken advantage of it.
Looks like Nieve wants to change bats here. We'll look at Dominican Republic head coach who's been there for 17 years running this program, and this is the first time they've ever made it to a championship game.
They'll never say never, but that's great to have good people doing what they love and they care for those kids.
Payoff pitch from Downs. Swing and a miss. He fanned him on the off speed. And 1 out is the difference between the Chicago White Sox and another championship.
Beautiful pitch. Fool him totally here, as you can see, breaking ball in the outside. He wasn't expecting that one.
Well, the third baseman, Marty Moreno, the last chance for the Dominican Republic. Takes the first pitch strike. We talked about how smooth and seasoned he looks as a player at third and at the plate. He's a class of 27, and oh, by the way, his brother's a AAA ball player.
Yeah. Yep. It runs in the blood.
Line drive into right. That's a base hit. They'll hold the runner at third, but Moreno reaches base for the third time today. He has been outstanding.
He looks like a player. I mean, his stance, swinging the bat, fielding. You saw that great play that he made earlier in the game. Now, I don't know why they didn't have pinch runner for Reyes.
Moreno will try to take this bag. They'll let him have it as he sends this into right. Caught by Jarrett, and the White Sox are ready to celebrate. They're champions of the 2024 Nike RBI World Series.
Congratulations.
What a team, what a program. Their third championship in the last 2 years. And they are the champions, as you hear it in the background. Nothing better than hearing that at the end of your season, huh, Candy?
Nothing better. Great job by that guy right there, Connors. That pitching performance, back to back. The White Sox are the champions. They did it in all phases of the game. I mean, hitting, fielding, and taking advantage of second opportunities.
Got to give a lot of credit to that young man, Angel Castro. Had a big day today behind the dish. Got the first RBI of the day for this team. But I think what this RBI World Series really culminates to is seeing the sportsmanship and the teamwork and leadership that comes out of this program.
Most definitely, most definitely. And as you mentioned, took 18 years, and this was the first time that this team of Dominican Republic get to be playing that final game. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Great performance, and at the end, the joy is something that you will always remember the rest of your life.
Take a look at the Chicago White Sox celebrating, but the Dominican Republic were keeping their heads held high, still encouraged about what this program is and what they can accomplish. They've got to still set an example for the junior team who is in the stands. They'll be ready to play for a championship tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And the junior team that is sitting there, they're watching. They want to redeem themselves and say, tomorrow, we're taking it home.
Here they go. Somebody's getting doused.
The manager. That had to feel good. And a warm, muggy night. Why not?
Jamar Clanton. First year that he's actually led this senior division team. They kind of do some shuffling. Their head coach from the 2022 team, Marcus, had a kid this year, so he wasn't unable to make it, but just speaks to the level of coaching that you see at this RBI program. There are guys with true baseball experience teaching the next generation. So we'll take it down to Monet Davis, who has our player of the game, the MVP, Chris Alentini.
Junior Baseball Nike RBI World Series champion Monet Davis and Major League Baseball Chief Baseball Development Officer joining Riggins for a special on-field presentation before our distribution of the runner-up and championship awards.
Thank Thanks, Cam. I'm here on the field right now for a very special announcement. Standing with me is MLB Chief Baseball Development Officer Tony Regans to present the trophy of tonight's MLB Develops MVP Award presented by Chevrolet to Connor Alentini. Congratulations. I have a few questions for you. So, at the beginning of the game, you struggled a little bit, but then you started to find your rhythm. What were some things that were going through your head at the beginning of the game compared towards the end of the game?
It was hot out. Mound was slippery. I was just getting my feel on it. Once I started getting into my backside, getting down the mound, shout out to my catcher, Angel, lining up and just sticking everything. Big fan.
What does this win mean to not just you, not just your teammates, but the entire Chicago RBI program?
We came down here from Chicago, facing teams from the Dominican. Just came here to represent Chicago and our city and being a very good team, putting us on the map.
Thank you. Congratulations once again.
Well, Connor Alentini, final line for that young man. 5 2/3 innings pitched. He got 93 pitches across the dish, 7 strikeouts. Candy, as we take a final look at this White Sox club and this Dominican Republic team, what has this weekend been like for you coming back to Dodger Town, seeing all of this and seeing a champion get crowned?
It's enormous. I mean, seeing these kids compete, it's unbelievable because I know winning a World Series, no matter where you are, it means so much, and it's something that it will always stay with you. It's very important in the way it has been done, because I know through the year it's a lot of work. It's creating that family atmosphere for these kids and being able to accomplish. Seeing the White Sox, they got their mission. The Dominican being in this stage for the first time in 18 years, they've been with that program. It's always nice. For me, thank you, Tony, for having me here, working with you two, and just enjoying the players, what they're trying to do. And tomorrow's going to be a fun game, too, because it's a matchup between White Sox and Dominican. So let's see what happens.
Well, hey, brother, it was a good time. I
Si,
appreciate
senor.
you being my partner today. Next time I come to Puerto Rico, I'm calling you first.
You call me.
Well, the Chicago White Sox are the champions of the 2024 RBI World Series here in Vero Beach, Florida. It was hard, tough baseball from the Dominican Republic. They battled and clawed all weekend long, but in the end, the seasoned veterans, the Chicago White Sox RBI program, are the champions of the 2024 Nike RBI World Series. For our entire crew here at MLB Network, I'm Cam Thomas with Candy Maldonado, Monet Davis, saying so long from JRTC.